Switching gears, Facebook's former chief of security now warning that the United States is still not equipped to handle potential cyber hacks in the midterm elections and more, because it has not launched the kind of massive upgrade to the campaign infrastructure. Joining me now, the host of Fox News Channel, The Next Revolution, Steve Hilton. He is here with us. Steve, is he right?
Yeah, I think he makes a very important general point about our over-reliance on centralized systems of technology in voting and in other areas. The fact that everything's become so centralized and so dependent on technology actually makes us more vulnerable, because you just need to get into that one system and you can affect everything. And so in many ways, for example, if you talk about voting, I've argued that we need to go backwards in time towards more old-fashioned methods if we really want to stop the hacking. Pencil and paper, people phoning in the results. Literally, that's the way to stop the hackers. And in terms of Facebook specifically, look, first of all, we should, as always, when we discuss Facebook, do my disclosure. My wife works there. She's not there for much longer, but she's still there right now and involved in this issue. I would say they're doing their best to try and address the concerns that have been raised. But there's a really important point that one of the leading tech journalists, Kara Swisher, makes about Facebook, which is that actually, in terms of Facebook and the elections, it wasn't a question of hacking. That platform and others like Twitter, they were used exactly as intended. They're supposed to be there to spread information from anyone to anyone else very, very quickly. And so in a way, this points to, again, this question of the fact that you've got one social network that everyone uses. The lack of competition in the tech sector, I think, is the biggest concern.
And the lack of controls that Facebook could be so easily exploited. So in your opinion, is Facebook ready to stop fake news on its site and stop an increasingly anti-conservative bias within its own worker ranks?
Well, that's another really important question. And again, it's this issue of dominance. We wouldn't mind so much that these giant tech companies, Facebook and Google in particular, it's very clear that their workers, their engineers, the people who write the algorithms and so on, they're all overwhelmingly liberal. We can tell that just by looking at their campaign donations, which are disclosed, and you have to list your employer. People have done the analysis. It's kind of 90% extreme left people. It wouldn't matter so much if they weren't so dominant. If Google, for example, wasn't basically the way that everyone gets their information, if Facebook wasn't basically the way that everyone connects. And so I think competition is the way to deal with it, rather than having the government go in and try and sort of micromanage these individual companies.
Steve Hilton, thank you so much for coming on the show. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend. And be sure to catch Steve's show, The Next Revolution. That's on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the Fox News Channel.